Step into the sands of time as we journey back to the Roman era, a period rich in history and culture. Picture this, a vast empire stretching from the sandy dunes of Africa to the frosty boundaries of Scotland. Its heart, Rome, pulsating with life, bustling markets and grand architecture. The Roman era, a time of unprecedented growth and influence, was a cornerstone in the shaping of our modern world. Now, let's delve a little deeper. At the core of Roman society was a complex hierarchy, a class structure that defined the life of every Roman citizen. From the patricians at the top, the aristocrats and senators, to the plebeians, the common folk, everyone had their place. Yet, in this society, one group held a peculiar position: the gladiators. Gladiators, often slaves or criminals, were paradoxically both the lowest of the low and the most revered figures in Roman society. They were the rock stars of their time, their faces adorning mosaics and their exploits thrilling the masses in the Grand Colosseum. The gladiatorial games, a spectacle of combat and bravery, were more than just entertainment. They served as a vivid embodiment of Roman virtues such as courage, endurance, and martial skill. The blood-stained sands of the arena, a stage where life and death danced in a macabre ballet, were a mirror to the might and ferocity of the Roman Empire itself. Yet amid the roar of the crowd and the clash of steel, individual stories emerged. Stories of valor, of defiance, of survival against all odds. And among these tales, one particular narrative has echoed through the ages, captivating historians and laymen alike. Among the throng of gladiators that graced the Roman arenas, one name stands out: Marcus Attilius. Born into obscurity, Marcus Attilius's life was far from ordinary. In a world where the social hierarchy was rigid, he emerged from the most unlikely of places, the home of a freedman. His father, once a slave, had earned his freedom and was able to provide a modest upbringing for his son. However, the life of a freedman's son in ancient Rome was far from comfortable. It was a life filled with struggle and hardship, but also one that taught young Marcus the values of resilience, determination, and courage. As a young man, Marcus made a decision that would shape his life forever. He voluntarily entered the gladiatorial school at Capua, a decision that was seen as unusual, even shocking, given his non-slave status. But Marcus was not deterred. He was drawn to the life of a gladiator, not for its ostentatious displays of violence, but for the chance it offered to escape the confines of his humble origins and make a name for himself. At the school, Marcus was a quick study. He rapidly absorbed the techniques of combat, demonstrating a natural aptitude for the physical rigors of gladiatorial life. His instructors quickly took note of his skills, and he rose through the ranks at a pace that was nothing short of remarkable. But it was not just his physical prowess that set him apart. Marcus also possessed an indomitable spirit and a determination that was unmatched. He was relentless in his training, always pushing himself to the limits and beyond. In the brutal world of the gladiatorial arena, Marcus Attilius was making his mark. His reputation grew with every passing day, his name whispered with awe and respect among his peers. Yet even as he tasted success, he remained grounded, never forgetting his humble beginnings. He carried with him the lessons of his early life, using them as a source of strength and motivation. Little did Marcus Attilius know his life was about to take a dramatic turn. In the gladiatorial school of Capua, Marcus Attilius honed his skills, preparing for the fight of his life. Here in the heart of the Roman Empire, the young gladiator-to-be was forged not just physically, but mentally. It was a grueling process, filled with blood, sweat, and determination. Yet Attilius thrived, driven by a fiery ambition that was as sharp as the swords he wielded. Attilius's debut in the gladiatorial arena was nothing short of extraordinary. Against established gladiators, he was a novice, a fresh face yet unmarred by the scars of battle. But his lack of experience didn't deter him. Instead, it fueled his resolve. He was determined to prove himself, and prove himself he did. With a swift precision that belied his novice status, Attilius claimed his first victory, surprising both his opponents and the audience. His fighting style was nothing less than awe-inspiring. He was a murmillo, a type of gladiator armed with a gladius, the Roman short sword, and a large rectangular shield. His helmet, adorned with a fish motif, was as much a symbol of his fighting style as it was a protection for his head. In the heat of battle, Attilius was like a swift river fish, darting and striking with unexpected speed and precision. His agility and strength, combined with his strategic acumen, made him a formidable opponent and a crowd favorite. And the crowd, oh how they adored him. His name was chanted in the streets, his victories celebrated with fervor. Women swooned at his bravery, men envied his prowess, and children dreamed of emulating his feats. He was a symbol of strength, of resilience, of the indomitable spirit of the Roman people. With each victory, Marcus Attilius's fame grew, but his greatest challenge was yet to come. The sands of the arena were yet to see the full measure of this gladiator's might. Attilius the Mamilo from Capua was just getting started. A gladiator's ultimate test, a duel that would etch Marcus Attilius's name in the annals of history. Picture this: the grand Colosseum, roaring with the fervor of a bloodthirsty crowd, yearning for a spectacle. The Emperor Commodus, a man known for his strength and brutality, steps into the arena. His opponent, a relatively unknown gladiator, Marcus Attilius. Emperor Commodus was not your typical ruler. He was a man who reveled in the thrill of the fight, who saw himself as Hercules reborn. He was a formidable gladiator, feared and respected. His opponents often fell before him, some even before his sword had a chance to swing. But on this day he would face Marcus Attilius, a man who seemed to be his equal in every way. The tension was palpable. The crowd held its collective breath as the two gladiators locked eyes, the weight of the moment pressing down on them. This was more than just a fight. It was a clash between the emperor and a common man, a conflict that represented the struggle between the powerful and the powerless. As the fight began, it was clear that Marcus Attilius was not just another gladiator. He was skilled, nimble, and had a fire in his eyes that spoke of a will to survive. He matched Commodus blow for blow, his sword dancing in the sunlight as he parried and struck with precision. The crowd watched in awe as the emperor was pushed back, struggling to maintain his ground. The fight continued, each moment filled with uncertainty. Would the emperor emerge victorious, as he always did? Or would Marcus Attilius become the first gladiator to defeat a Roman emperor in the arena? Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, it happened. Marcus Attilius, the underdog, the gladiator who had risen from obscurity, struck the final blow. Commodus fell and the crowd erupted into a roar of disbelief and awe. In an unprecedented turn of events, Marcus Attilius emerged victorious, his name forever remembered. The man who had defied an emperor had become a legend, his story echoing through the ages, a testament to the power of determination and courage. Marcus Attilius, a name that became a symbol of courage and defiance in the face of overwhelming odds. After his fateful encounter with Emperor Commodus, Attilius's life took a dramatic turn. He was no longer just a gladiator. He was a beacon of hope for those who believed in the power of the human spirit over the might of tyranny. In the aftermath of the fight, Attilius, having survived the wrath of an emperor, was thrust into the limelight. He was celebrated by the masses, his name chanted in the streets, his image emblazoned on the walls of Rome. Attilius had achieved something few could only dream of. He had stood against an emperor and lived to tell the tale. But Attilius was more than just a popular figure. He was a symbol of resistance, a reminder that even the lowliest gladiator could defy the highest power in the land. His life was a testament to the power of the human spirit, of the ability to endure in the face of adversity. As a gladiator, Attilius's victories in the arena became legendary. His skills and bravery were unmatched, and his name became synonymous with victory. He was the embodiment of the gladiatorial spirit, strong, fearless, and unyielding. His impact on Roman culture was profound. He inspired countless others to follow in his footsteps, to challenge the status quo and to strive for greatness. His story was woven into the fabric of Roman society, his legacy enduring long after his death. Attilius's life was a tale of courage, defiance, and resilience. His defiance in the face of an emperor, his courage in the midst of battle, and his resilience in the face of adversity are lessons that resonate even today. The story of Marcus Attilius serves as a testament to the indomitable spirit of the human will, a story forever etched in the sands of the Roman arena.